You think you are a good person. You help everyone. You never say no, and you avoid conflict at all costs. You believe this makes you virtuous. You are lying to yourself. You are not a good person. You are a harmless person. There is a massive difference. Being helpful because you are terrified of confrontation is not kindness. It is cowardice wearing a mask, and the world can smell this weakness on you from a mile away. This is exactly why they do not respect you. Look at how they treat you. They only call you when they need something heavy lifted, when they need a favor, or when they need someone to listen to their pathetic complaints. You are not their equal. You are their utility. Society conditions men to become these useful fools. They tell you to compromise, to be sweet, to be accommodating. But look at the top of the hierarchy. The men who rule the board are not nice. They are highly competent, strictly bounded, and slightly dangerous. A sword that is kept in its sheath but is razor sharp demands respect. A sword that has no edge is just a piece of metal to be stepped on. You must cultivate the capacity for danger. If people know that you are completely incapable of anger, completely incapable of walking away, and completely incapable of destruction, they will exploit you without mercy. Respect is not given to those who ask for it softly. Respect is surrendered to those who carry the quiet threat of absolute consequences. The nice guy operates on a pathetic, unspoken contract. He believes that if he is nice to the world will be nice back. If he sacrifices his time, people will love him. This is a childish delusion. The world owes you nothing. When you give without boundaries, people do not see generosity. They see a resource with no security system. They will take until you are completely empty, and when you finally collapse from exhaustion, they will simply step over your body and find the next victim. End the contract. You must learn to weaponize the word no. The nice guy believes that every rejection requires a long apologetic explanation. He fabricates excuses because he is terrified of disappointing the parasite. This is a fatal error. When you explain your boundaries, you're asking for permission to have them. You're inviting a negotiation. The cold mind understands that no is a complete sentence. It requires zero justification. When someone asks for your time, your money, or your energy, look them directly in the eye and simply decline. Let the silence hang in the air. Let them deal with the discomfort of your absolute refusal. A boundary without a lock is just an open door. The moment you establish a boundary, the world will test it. Do not be surprised when they react with anger, guilt-tripping, or sudden hostility. This is the parasite realizing that its food source has just been cut off. They will try to shame you into returning to your old compliant self. They will say, "You have changed." They will say, "You have become cold." Agree with them. Tell them they are absolutely right. When you refuse to defend yourself against their emotional manipulation, their attack loses all its kinetic energy. You stand there like a wall of solid concrete, watching their childish tantrums break against your absolute indifference. Time is the only resource you cannot manufacture, cannot buy, and cannot recover. Every time you say yes to a meaningless favor, every time you listen to a toxic person complain about a life they refuse to fix, you are bleeding time. You are literally funding their pathetic existence with the currency of your own life. The nice guy dies with a completely empty bank account of time, having spent it all on people who will forget him the moment he is in the ground. Stop bleeding. Close the vault. Your focus is an empire. Stop handing out the bricks to beggars. Society sells you the lie that compromise is the ultimate solution to conflict. They tell you to meet in the middle, but when you're dealing with manipulators, users, and narcissists, meeting in the middle simply means you lose half of your territory. A compromise with a parasite is a slow suicide. There are times when absolute rigidity is the only path to survival. Do not bend. Do not adjust your standards to accommodate someone else's dysfunction. If they cannot meet you at your level, let them walk away. A broken chain cannot pull a heavy load. Your presence must be a luxury, not a basic human right. The nice guy is always available. He answers the phone on the first ring. He replies to messages immediately. He is a free, unlimited resource, and because he is free, he holds absolutely zero value. You must learn the dark art of absence. When someone disrespects you, when someone takes you for granted, do not argue. Do not demand an apology. Simply remove your presence entirely. Disappear. Let them feel the sudden, freezing vacuum where your energy used to be. Arguments are a validation of the other person's importance. When you shout, you prove that their behavior matters to you. The ultimate punishment is not anger. It is the absolute withdrawal of your emotional investment. Look through them as if they are made of glass. Respond to their long emotional paragraphs with a single cold word, or better yet, leave them on red. The nice guy tries to fix the relationship. The architect of his own mind simply cuts the power cord. You cannot manipulate a machine that has been unplugged. When you finally walk away, you will witness the most pathetic display of human behavior. The parasite will panic. They will suddenly apologize. They will make empty promises, and they will try to drag you back into their chaotic orbit. They do not miss you. They miss what you did for them. They miss the free ride. Do not look back. The moment you return, you teach them that your boundaries are fake. You teach them that your absence was just a bluff. Seal the door behind you. Let them freeze in the dark. To execute this properly, you must be completely comfortable with isolation. The nice guy stays in toxic friendships because he is terrified of eating alone. He stays in broken relationships because he fears the silence of an empty room. You must conquer this biological fear. An empty room is not a punishment. It is a sanctuary. It is a fortress where your energy is finally safe from vampires. When you prove to the world that you are willing to be entirely alone rather than disrespected, you become truly dangerous. Prepare your mind for the inevitable counterattack. When you stop being the useful fool, people will start rewriting your history. They will call you selfish. They will tell others that you have an ego problem. They will paint you as the villain in their pathetic, fabricated story. Let them. The nice guy cannot handle being the bad guy. He will instantly surrender his boundaries just to clear his name. You must do the opposite. Wear their hatred like a badge of honor. Being disliked by weak people is the ultimate proof that your armor is working. The most common weapon used against you will be guilt. They will remind you of the one time they helped you 5 years ago. They will play the victim. They will cry. They will try to throw a heavy iron hook into your chest and drag you back down to their level. Understand the mechanics of guilt. It is an illusion. It only works if you agree to carry it. The cold architect looks at the hook, analyzes the manipulation, and steps completely out of the way. Do not carry luggage that does not belong to you. There is a profound, intoxicating peace in being disliked by the masses. When you are no longer trying to please everyone, your mental bandwidth suddenly expands. You stop constantly scanning the room to see if people approve of you. You stop filtering your words. You realize that out of the 8 billion people on this planet, the opinions of a few manipulative parasites mean absolutely nothing. You trade the exhausting pursuit of cheap popularity for the heavy, quiet silence of absolute autonomy. Let them hate you. Build the empire anyway. Embracing the villain role acts as an automatic filtration system for your life. When you become cold, bounded, and fiercely protective of your time, all the leeches drop off immediately. Who is left standing? Only those who respect absolute strength. You do not need 100 friends who only like you because you are useful. You need 3 highly competent allies who respect you because you are dangerous. Quality over quantity. The nice guy collects liabilities. The cold mind acquires assets. The world is entirely ruthless. It does not reward good intentions. It rewards results. You can be the sweetest, most helpful man in the office, but if your skills are mediocre, you will be replaced without a second thought. Respect is not purchased with smiles. Respect is purchased with undeniable competence. Be a master of your craft. Be a cold, calculating machine of execution. When you bring immense value to the table, people will be forced to respect you, even if they absolutely despise your personality. The nice guy is a completely open book. Everyone knows exactly how he will react, what he will say, and how far they can push him. Predictability is a fatal vulnerability. To command respect, you must cultivate an aura of unpredictability. Do not broadcast your emotions. Speak less than necessary. Keep your next move entirely hidden in the dark. When people cannot read you, they are forced to approach you with caution. Silence creates a shadow, and human beings naturally respect what they cannot fully understand or predict. Generosity is a powerful weapon, but only when it is strictly conditional. When you give your resources to everyone for free, your generosity becomes worthless. It becomes an expectation. The cold architect locks his vault. He only distributes his time, his money, and his loyalty to those who have bled with him in the trenches. When you make people earn your favor, they value it instantly. Stop throwing pearls to swine. Put a high price tag on your presence and watch how quickly the market adjusts to your value. Respect is not just psychological, it is physical. The nice guy slouches, averts his gaze, and uses a high-pitched, apologetic voice. He is physically broadcasting submission. You must rewire your mechanics. Move slowly, take up space, speak from the depth of your chest, and lower the volume of your voice so people have to lean in to hear you. When you make eye contact, hold it for 1 second longer than is socially comfortable. Let them break the gaze first. You are the apex predator in the room. Act like it. It is time to conduct a funeral. The version of you that desperately wanted to be liked. The version that smiled while being insulted. The version that bled himself dry for ungrateful parasites. That version must die tonight. Bury him deep. He was weak. He was heavily manipulated, and he almost cost you your future. Look at his grave without an ounce of pity. You survived his mistakes, but he cannot come with you to the top of the mountain. Let him go. From this moment forward, your baseline is cold respect. You do not offer warmth to strangers. You do not offer favors to users. Your kindness is a highly exclusive privilege, kept entirely locked away behind heavy iron gates. When they ask why you are so distant, you do not explain yourself. You simply look at them, embrace the silence, and continue building your empire. You are no longer playing the game of approval. You are playing the game of absolute power. Make the unbreakable vow right now. Swear that you will never again compromise your own peace to make a manipulator comfortable. Swear that you will protect your time with lethal aggression. When the old habit of people-pleasing tries to rise back up in your throat, swallow it like broken glass. The pain of discipline is heavy, but the pain of being used is unbearable. You have drawn the line in the sand. Step over it and never look back. Welcome to Zenith Construct. We do not negotiate with parasites. We do not apologize for our boundaries. If you are ready to cure the disease of being a nice guy and build a mind of solid iron, subscribe now. Join the ranks of the dangerous. Come unbreakable. The nice guy is dead. The architect has awakened.